weird. It makes like a crazy, like, inceptious noise. It's like torture somebody. He has not broken into the first team. He's played like 3 games. He's garbage. He has not broken into the first team. He's played like 3 games. He's garbage. As far as I can tell. Doesn't seem like it. I mean, as far as I can tell. If you are watching this, all I'm trying to figure out is, which I know it's just me. All I'm trying to figure out is, you know, when I go back and I try to edit some videos. Let me turn this down. When I go back and try to edit some videos, it's crazy because the audio keeps completely messing up, and I haven't been able to. I mean, it's only happened a couple times. I uploaded one video like this, but you know, I played Stardew Valley. That's I don't know if that's still up on this Twitch account. I don't think it is. I had the video downloaded. I can edit that, but I'm really reluctant to because most of it, the audio is messed up. Actually, I couldn't anyway because the file was corrupted. Anyway, so nothing I could do. But I'm using this. I'm on here right now to make sure. I just want to see how long I can go without the audio getting all choppy and messing up. If so, you know, it lets me know like a time limit on how long I could do these streams and whatnot. So this is just a test. You know, we're here. We got the Football Manager 23 out. Currently manager of First Vienna, which I believe is the oldest or the first, literally as the name implies, football club in Vienna. Like 1894. I didn't actually look into that. Didn't really have the time. I did have the time. I just didn't really care at the moment. But we're doing pretty well. I've been the manager here for quite some time. You can see me here, Joshua Dawson. I've been here for 5 years. I'm going into my 6th season with the club, which is currently in preseason. The past couple seasons have been quite the roller coaster. I started off unemployed. They were close to being relegated from the 2nd division, the Austria 2nd division, and I came along, saved them, got them 10th, got them promoted. By this last day of the season, we got 2nd place, got them promoted again. Last day of the season again, I saved them from relegation, and then last day of the season again, I didn't get them 5th. I think by that point it already looked like we were gonna get 5th. But Austria's weird, and I'll explain in a second. 3rd, got into Europe last season, which helped a lot of our financial problems, as I will show you right now. We were in the dookie for so long financially, and only kept getting worse and worse and worse. And then along came the Conference League after that 3rd place finish, right here in what looks like, what was that, 26, 27? Yep, 3rd place finish right there, Conference League football. And financially that was amazing for us because somehow, some way, we made it all the way to the Conference League semifinal, where Aston Villa tore us a new one. Yes, they did. 1-1 in the first round. I was actually really surprised with this result. I think this was the home leg. Really surprised we were able to. Bro. But yeah. So we got to the Conference League semifinal, which miraculous. I don't know how we managed to get that far, and honestly, we were on a great foot of form right up to this year's semifinals that we lost the penalties. And then May, we went from April being the greatest luck ever despite the 4-1 loss, and then we hit May where we didn't win a single game. Almost got relegated. Almost. I don't know if we can see the table from here. Doesn't look like we could really see the table from here, but yeah, I figured out how to do that yet. But you know, so it was a time last season, but we did finish in, I think, 10th place last season, which means no more European football for us, which, isn't necessarily a bad thing. We have the money now. We have the money now, $4 billion solid in the bank account. It's the most that the bank account's ever seen. And honestly, we're a little bit over the payroll budget right now. But hey, the squad, most of the squad has been here a long time. Let me be real with you for a second. Javi Diaz has probably been here 3 or 4 seasons now. I think he's going into his 4th season as the first choice goalkeeper. His 5th season as first choice goalkeeper. Wow. As you can see, he didn't really play much last season. We did bring in another goalkeeper that the game, honestly, for some reason, loved to play over him. But I honestly think that Diaz is much better. And Alan Picasso, I think he's going into his 6th, maybe 7th season of his 6th season at the club. I've only been here for 6 seasons, so for him, 6 seasons at the club. This 26-27 season, he was unbelievable. 15 goals, 6 assists, all that season. He was incredible. The most important player that season. He's also the current club captain. His goal scoring record has kind of pretty much speaks for itself. He came over from, apparently on a free from Spain. He is, however, Argentine. He could play all the front 3 positions and kind of our go-to. He's 29 this year. I think he's starting to hit his peak, and I actually feel that way about a lot of the attackers in this squad. They are definitely all starting to peak very much. So Sabitzer, not so much. Sabitzer's only, I think Sabitzer's 2nd season at the club. He's actually brother of Marcel Sabitzer. Probably, I really wish United would go out and spend some money on him this season. It's honestly money you don't have to spend on another midfielder, but I don't run the club. Unfortunately, the Glazers do. I would buy Marcel Sabitzer personally. I understand his injury issues, but he's better than Fred and McTominay by a long shot. Get Marcel Sabitzer in. Anyway, I have his brother here, Thomas Sabitzer, who's last season was his first season. It says 6 goals. However, if we look, he's actually got 12 because he was decent in the Cups and decent in Europe as well. So 6 goals across the board, 6 goals, 7 assists. Very important player last season, and I think this season could be even better from Thomas. We trained him to play this left wing spot. When he first came in, could only really play striker and this right wing role. But that left wing role we've also made him play because I need my forwards to be versatile. I need you to do quite a lot of things. As you can see, most of my forwards kind of have this. Other than Daniel Kalacic, who's actually the brother of Zaza Kalacic, the one who I think went to Wolves, and was it Wolves? Yep, went to Wolves, got injured, and hasn't been seen all season. Hopefully the 2024 season will be kind to him. We'll see. However, his brother, though, Daniel Kalacic, has also been here pretty much as long as I've been here. Yep, six seasons, and as you can see, absolutely clutch player the whole time. He never won't hit 10 goals a season. It says he's only hit 5 here, but similar to Thomas, if you go here, he's actually scored 12 goals, the same amount as Thomas did last season. It's honestly quite incredible how clutch this man is. I actually think he's the club top goal scorer. I think right now, of everyone that's in the squad, if I could get to the club info and not be dumb. Let me see. Yep, Danny Kalacic has 64 goals. He's edging ever closer. I think if he's here for another 4 seasons, at the rate he's going, 10 goals a season. But this is league goals. He only did score 5 league goals last season, so I don't know. He'll have to really, really be amazing the next 2 seasons to really catch up to courtesy. I'm gonna call you courtesy. Mensua courtesy. Yeah, he still has a way to go to catch up. But we're taking this club to new heights, new things. None of these trophies are ours. We've not actually won a trophy yet with this club. but we're punching. We're making this league pay. Anyway, let's keep it pushing. Transfer window is currently open. As you did see the finances before, I don't have any money to really vitalize the squad. Here are my tactics. I'll show you the tactics real quick. Picasso, we were talking about, is sometimes he'll drop in here as the advanced forward. Sometimes we'll use him on the wing as the inverted forward. Sabitz has got this right wing down, lockdown. No one's taking that position away from him. Like I said, Diaz has been our number one keeper for a while. Jordy Martin, Spanish, we brought in a few years ago. He hasn't been here quite as long as, actually, yes he has. He has been here as long as Kalecic and them. I think he actually came in, I think he came in just before this season ended, which why he's on here, but he technically has only been here for the 5 seasons. Not the most prolific of goal scorers I've ever seen, but, he's an important member of the squad, and we, honestly, I wouldn't really be where we are without him, to be honest. He, as you can see, Real Madrid player, which means he's got quite the pedigree to him. Our midfield, Kucharski, last season was his first season. Not his first season, if I must admit. Not at all the best first season. He used to play for Bromley. We picked him up on a free from Bromley. 17 appearances, 0 goals, 0 assists. Well, that may be the case in the league. However, as you can see in Europe, the 6 appearances, 4 sub appearances, he did get 1 goal, 2 assists, and managed a 6.7 rating. Not awful, and not to mention the 1 assist in the cup as well. Yeah. So not bad. We're hoping he could really kick on and turn into something this second season at the club. Polish youngster, as his technique makes him very good. I do not like that he's not brave enough. Makes me second guess him, but to be fair, I have brought in a brand spanking new midfielder this season, Cooper Dunn, who's also not also English. He is English, but didn't quite look at his history yet. Oh wow, and he's funny enough, used to play for Aston Villa, the team who rinsed me 3 times last season. That's okay. That's okay. We'll take Jamie Cooper Dunn under our wing, and we'll try to transform him into the midfielder that they could not. Yep, that's exactly what's gonna happen here. He says deep lying playmaker right here on the list, but that's not exactly where I'm gonna be using him. I'm gonna be using him more as the advanced playmaker. Maybe sometimes the Mazzala role he can actually. No, it doesn't look like he can play the Mazzala role a lot better. He's got the work rate, and he doesn't, like my board, doesn't quite have the bravery. That's going to be a real problem going into the season. They're going to lose a lot of 50-50 battles, which means this man right here, my rock in midfield, Tomeo, this is my Casemiro, this is my Rodri, this is my he's Kimmich, he's whatever proper defensive midfielder you can think of in this day and age. He is that guy. He doesn't say he can play left back, but he can play left back. It doesn't say he can play right back, but he can play right back. It doesn't say he can play center back, but he can play center back. It doesn't say he can play striker. I've never tried him there, but he can probably play striker if I really needed him to. If wherever we've needed this man to play, he's played there and is a big part of this team's success. And actually, I'd like to make him one of the club's captains. David Kirch. I'll get to David Kirch in 1 second. Mario Kamau. I'll get to some of these guys in 1 second. David Kirch. Oh, well, no. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Who am I looking for? Anyway, moving on. Nuti Lee, brand new center back. We just brought him in. We don't quite know what he's about yet. He was free. He's South African. I don't know exactly where he came from. Yep, comes straight. Oh yeah, brought him on a free right from South Africa. Last season was his most prolific season, even though it says in this season he had a better season, even though not by much, but still seems like a quality player. That much more game time probably. It will affect the stats a little bit, but 2 goals, 2 assists. I could probably turn him into, well, especially from center back. From center back, it's probably quite impressive. I'm saying this like he's a midfielder. No, this is from center back as well. So, yeah, we'll see. Probably not too important, some of those things right now. We just got to get in there and hope he clean sheets because he is very young. Developmental center back, though. First touch, I'd like to have everyone on my team with some technique in first touch, but we'll get over the fact that he's not really got none. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. David Kirch, the star boy of this team. Kid is 20 years old. Wow. To be fair, that's actually really eye-opening, because kid's been here for a long time. Pretty much as soon as he turned 16, I had him in the first team. As a matter of fact, he is the club's youngest ever player and the club's youngest ever goal scorer. If we go right over here to the record screen, as you can see, youngest goal scorer. Oh, it's actually Dieter Burr. I forgot Dieter Burr break that record. He's still here as well. We'll show you him in a sec. But youngest player, yep, David Kirch, 16 years old, 8 days. So basically, it was his birthday present, his debut in the Austrian Cup. And since that first match in the Austrian Cup, where he was brilliant, by the way, since that first match, this kid's not looked back. He's absolutely something else. Little bit injury prone. I say a little bit, a lot of injury prone, which is why he didn't really play a lot of last season, especially since, I was experimenting with some new formations, which I can show you in 1 second. We experimented with some new things. We're also trying to turn him into this DM role, just because sometimes, every now and then, we need someone to cover there, and we don't have it. Like when I have to move Tomeo to left wing, or to left back, or right back. Sometimes he's on the bench. He could do different things. I understand he can play left back, right back. So that comparison right now doesn't really make much sense. But you see what I'm trying to say. Technically he's got the stats. He's got the mental ability, his decision making. It's a mental vision. Great. The passing, 14, amazing. He's got everything he needs to be that midfield role. He's just not quite learned it just yet. Maybe this season or this preseason he'll blossom into it. We'll see what happens. But he's the star boy of this team. 20 years old, really getting into that time in his career where he needs to skip on and make himself the man of this team. Yeah, he's that guy though. Camaro. And I bought him with expectations for him to be that guy. He's still kind of that guy in defense. His first season was probably one of his best seasons. Since then, 6.5, 6.5, 6.6, 6.6. He has not been that good. The problem is, I can't sell him. No one wants to buy him. I've been trying to get someone to sell him for a couple seasons now. Just, that's one man off the wage bill. As you can see, the wage bill has been suffering. Once again, I will show you the wage bill has been suffering. So, yep, trying to get him off there, but we can't. We haven't been able to. So, yep, that's been a tough time. However, I trust him. Also, Real Madrid product. I trust him, though. I think he'll get it right this season. Come on. It's his 6th season at the club. He's got to get this right. At some point, you would think, right? You'd think he's got to get this right? I would think. Yeah. That's pretty much the first team. The bench. Bear, as you see, the club's youngest goal scorer. He's still very young. I think he's only 19. Yep. He's not very good right now. He's still improving. As you can see, he's wanted on loan, which I'm not going to send him out. Can play a number of positions. He can play up front, midfield. I've used him in this position before, and he's done just fine. Left wing. He can do pretty much anything I need him to. He's my young Swiss Army knife. He's my younger version of someone you can't see right here. Oh, yep, yes you can. Nicholas Wunsch. Another player who's my ultimate Swiss Army knife. If I need a job done, throw him in there, he'll do it. He's been here just as long as Picasso and Jordi. He's probably the longest serving player at the club. He was here before me. Shoot, he's the only player, not the only player, there's one other player, in fact, who's been here before me. And he's been just as instrumental to the club the whole time, Look at all these games he's played, 30 games a season, that's nothing. He's 43 because of all the clubs he had to play, the games he had to play in Europe, in the Cup, this season. So, 7 goals, his highest goal tally for the club. Very good player. I trust him to off the bench, starting games. He's very good. Young player, not much to say. This is the only other player who has been here as long as one Chaz. Kai Stetzening. He goes in and out of being one of the better players for this side. As you can see, probably not favored in that midfield anymore, especially with Archer coming through. Jamie Cooper-Dunn's absolutely slain that midfield role, is now our best midfielder. Kai, when I first came in, actually did not want to be here. He said, I think I'm too big for this club, I want to go. I tried to sell him. Juventus actually was interested. Juventus never bought him. That was the end of that. I forced him to play, forced him to stay, and he said, you know what? It's been probably one of the most instrumental players at the whole club, the whole time. 7.6 season here, 7.0 season here, 6.8, 6.9 season here. Very good player for the club. Still gonna keep hold of him. Probably better serving coming off the bench this season. The midfield this season probably will be Kucharski and Dunn. For the long run of the season, Stetzening will probably come in and out. Once I can play that midfield role, we actually use him there quite often. He probably plays there more often than he does play on the wings, to be honest, or even up front. Yeah. As for the depth in the squad, we have no center backs. Marko Tokic and Nutili were. Let me not say we have no center backs. These were the only guys who came in. We just bought them in. We had no center backs. Matteo Anzelin is not a recognized center back. He's a left back, and I only use him at a wide center back when I really need to. I'll show you in a second what I do when I'm really in a pinch with this side. The one problem we have with the team is no goalkeeper, no backup goalkeeper. Javi Diaz is the only backup goalkeeper. We've got no money to bring in a backup goalkeeper. Probably just gonna bring one up from the amateur or reserve squad. Don't really want to do that, but I'm gonna have to do that. Here are the tactics. I use this. This is the main tactic, the 4-3-3. I use this every Football Manager save. The Anka, the Mazzala, the attacking playmakers, 2 8s, close to what Erik Ten Hag does. 2 inverted wingers. This one's on inverted forward. I really realized there's no real difference in those positions, not to me anyway. These 2 guys cut in, find the room for yourselves, get some shots off, score some goals. They're the important players in the side, as well as Picasso. Mazzala, who's bombing into the channels right along beside these guys. The advanced playmaker kind of doing the same thing, not quite. If we're feeling risky, we'll switch this one to support, and we'll switch this one to attack, kind of to get the playmaker in there to spray the balls around. The Mazzala kind of say that they arrive late in the box, get some things off. We might try this season because I'm not sure Kucharski can do attack, considering, like we said, his bravery only is a 5. It is going up though, not good enough for me. We probably might use it this way this season. We've got the wing backs who, once they're inverted, will just tuck right up in there. Get good. Run the ball. Camaro will come out right next to Tomeo. Try to make things happen. We haven't used Attila yet, so we're not quite sure how well he works as the center back to just sit there and clean things up for Camaro. Camaro's not quite that guy. Camaro's very good going forward, though. Kirch is brilliant, though. A lot of the things go through Kirch, though. Most of the time, when highlights do come on, Kirch will just sit in this position here, come right in here, make things happen. Spray balls across the pitch. He's spraying balls, switches to Sanchez. He's playing Sipitsa through. He's playing through Picasso in the midfielders. He's been doing that since he was 16, and he won't stop doing it now. He's one of the most instrumental players in the squad for that reason. It's on very defensive right now. Typically won't use that for this season. I think we're too good for that now. The other formation we use, this is the second formation. We kind of not used this one too often recently. We used this one in a pinch when we really didn't have any midfielders, so I said screw it. The two midfielders, the three midfielders we do have, we'll alternate between them, rotate them around. To be honest, it kept me up through survival. We had plenty forwards, plenty wingers. A lot of them still here to play those positions, if I'm being honest. Yeah, that's the second one. And the third one I adopted last season, quite similar. It was, well, before, we kind of took this midfielder here and this midfielder down here, kind of similar to what Pep Guardiola does. But I adapted it because I said, you know what, I have all this talent going forward. I'm not necessarily playing in a league where I need to be very defensive minded. So I also at the conference league, it was a piece of piss. They were absolutely no challenge, half of the team. So we could pack as many players as we can going forward, and just mix it up in there. It wasn't Danny Sanchez. I think we had Tomeo in this role. Tomeo could also switch in this left center back role. What I was talking about before with Anzolin as the wide center back, yes, this is the only time he will come in to play that position. Is if we're playing this formation right here. Camaro is not great in this position, and like I said, this is Natoli's first season. We will see what he's capable of. There's one more midfielder who's not on the, or defender who's not on the squad list, who should also get a shout out real quick. Marko Tomnik came in from Borussia Dortmund on loan last season. This is his first full season, or his first permanent season with the club. Played a lot of games for Borussia Dortmund, who never made the Borussia Dortmund first team. Now he's here, and we paid, I think, $50K for him. Yep, $50,000 right here. I'm playing the game in dollars, not pounds. I will probably refer to them as pounds for whatever reason, because to be honest, the numbers when you hit the thousands doesn't really matter. I'm not going to sit here and do exchange rate. If I refer to it as pounds, I'm very used to English football. I'm going to refer to pounds. I'm going to say pounds. Anyway, moving on. Yep, we keep it pushing. You've seen the squad, you've seen the tactics. We have got the first game coming up. Let me make sure the audio is okay. Okay, let's make sure everything is shape. Tokic center back. Nope, I want to see the new boy at center back. Why is he not at center back? Is he? What's happening here? Was he injured? What's going on? Why is he not available? Internationally, South Africa under 23s. Are you dumb? Really? I mean, I know it won't matter. We're playing nobodies, but come on. Alright. Anyway, so guess it's Tokic. His first game as a permanent player here. Camaro. I think Kirch is out on duty as well, on international duty as well. So here's what we'll do. I'll show y'all the usefulness of Tomeo. Tomeo's gonna go right wing back, and I'm gonna bring in Stratsnik to play attacker role. And let's see how we do. Alright, I must tell you, the one thing, I think, the actual FM, the FM PC version seems to do really well is have the ability to talk to your team before matches start. This is all we get. Console players kind of get shafted a little bit. Yes, I know my bench is small. It's just what we're going to have to deal with these days. Let's get in there. Let's see what kind of havoc we could cause. Here's their team as they line up as if we care. We're moving on. You've seen our team already. Let's get this ball rolling underway. I'm hoping to see Cooper Dunn. Ooh, Cooper Dunn's taking the number 7. I actually think that's quite interesting. Our former number 7 was an Austrian dude, Opten Hathler, who's quite a big dude, played the Mazzala role for us. Also played a very important part in keeping us in this league and getting us into Europe. This season, let's talk about some league objectives for this season. I think the main objective for this season, we're very defensive still, aren't we? Positive. I think the main objective of this season has to be, as the ball is sprayed out to Sabitzer. Yeah, the main objective of this season has to be, getting back into Europe, getting back into that top 6 teams in the league, and getting quite deep into this cup as well. We made it to the final last year. Can we make it to the final again? We only got beat by RB Salzburg, who are amazing, and there's Jordi Martin. Spanish link up on the left-hand side. Jordi Martin and Danny Sanchez getting the goals flowing us early on in the game. Good. We'd love to see that. Not celebrate too much, because I can tell these guys are nobodies. Let's get it moving. Let's get it cruising. Cooper Dunn's not actually playing very well for his debut. He's got a yellow card and a 6.5 rating. Let's hope he can change that up. As Temeo looks to take the free kick, here's Sabitzer. Temeu Camero as the first to be look to break down this wolf, whatever the name is, side. The ball will go down to Sabitzer. Temeo. Kucharski. Incisive passing. Wow, incisive passing from first to be FC again and again and again. That's my kind of football. That's what I love to see. And we're 2-0 up in this game. Unfortunately, it's not going to look like this against everybody, because sometimes this team can be what's the word I'm looking for? Boxless. Kind of like Dortmund this season. Kind of like Arsenal this season. Anyway, moving on. Who's injured? He can play through it. It says right here he can play through it. He's playing through it. I'm not taking you off, so but get over it. I'll take you up at halftime. Get over it, man. These guys are farmers. Austrian farmers, man. We're on for big things here. They can't do nothing to y'all. As we go backwards to Diaz. Tokic, right? It's got the accent mark. Danny Sanchez. Jordi Martin. Cooper Dunn. Can't quite get the pass to the Picasso because Jordi Martin! On his left foot, What a goal. What a goal. We love those. As we can see here, he finds Cooper Dunn in the channel. Quite can't pick up. Picasso. But the ball falls to Jordi Martin, who won't make a mistake from there. Trying with these guys. Let's hope Jordi Martin can keep this kind of goal scoring run up all season, because we've not really seen a super deadly, Jordi Martin as of just yet. So let's hope he can get that going. I want to see him get to the 20 goals this season, like Picasso had at one point, like Kalecic has had at one point, like Sabitzer almost had last season. Let's see if we can get Jordi Martin there this season. I do like that we can do this. We don't get to talk to the team beforehand. Halftime, after the game, yeah. Before the game, why not? Why can't I be like, what, go out there, have a good time, let's see what we can do. Anyway, I am very pleased. Keep doing the same thing. No changes no changes for halftime. I don't really have any changes to make. This is gonna be the team for quite a while. Do they have a free kick? Oh my God, Camaro, don't scare me like that. As Javi Diaz blasts it up the pitch. Vendel for them will take it. I did not see what that said. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that name. And Wagwan. I hate when they do this. Wagwan, why are you conceding to farmers? Focus, man. Farmers. You ruined your clean sheet. Martin Sabitzer. That's what I'm talking about. Jordi Martin's having a good game. But they're farmers, man. They're farmers. Get out of here. Come on. Let's drag it on. 60th minute now. Let's see if we should think about making some changes. The dog won't shut up. Alright, go home. Very glad to see the audio hasn't broken yet. The dog apparently hasn't broken yet either. He will not shush. Anyway, let's get to making those changes. Cooper done on the yellow card. We don't want him doing anything stupid. I also don't think he's had a great game. Actually, yes he has. I think he's got an assist, but we'll take him off. We don't want him, like I said, doing anything stupid. We'll throw Tomeo in the midfield. We'll probably got a little bit more control that way. Iman, who they say is broken to the first team, I still don't quite believe it. We'll bring him on at right back. Actually, nope. I've got a different plan, which they will not let me do. I think I just screwed it up. Yeah, let's change that again. So we'll do this instead. We'll put Stratzning at the playmaker role. Tomeo and his role as anchor, and Anzelin will come on. But Anzelin will invert, because he is left-footed on the right side. So inverted wing back he will go. I'm so mad they've scored. Really am kind of upset they've scored. The ball falls to the player. Try to go long ball up the pitch, but that won't work against my centre-backs and Tomeo. Actually, they got the second ball. It will be taken from them by Sanchez. Tokic, Tomeo. Whoa, smash the ball up the pitch for Picasso. Brilliant vision to find Picasso. Picasso! Oh! Almost goal of the season, contender, but that volley from Sabitzer can't find the top corner. Almost Sabitzer. As the clock winds down on this game. Into the 90th minute, here we are. It looks like the 4-1 will be the result we get, and come on. It is 4-1, the result we've got today. Tomeo looks like he had a great game, but Jordy Martin will take all the plaudits today. A goal, 2 goals, and an assist. Pretty much responsible for the win, and you know, their 1 goal cancels it out. Really, so sorry, Picasso, but can't hold that. Pleased. I would say disappointing. We didn't keep it clean sheet, but you know what? Keep the morale up. I'm pleased. Y'all did a good job. Alright, and that is actually will be all I am showing you today for the FM. Yeah. You know what? I think I will update you guys on how this is going. I'll come back to you guys maybe somewhere in the midpoint of the season. Maybe closer to the mid-season break, and update you guys. Yeah, for now, have a nice audio hasn't broken. That's great.